classic movie fans. Freak9G here. Thank you so much for joining me today. We're going to be talking about the Three Stooges. More specifically on Curly Howard and a tragic accident that happened to him when he was very young. Now, I made a video before on a tragic accident that happened to Larry Fine, another one of the Stooges. So if you're interested in this, make sure to check out the link in the description so that you can see my playlist on the Three Stooges with over 70 videos with so much information it'll make your head spin. Make sure to stick around for the entire video to see how you can win a DVD with all of the Stooge shorts from 1946 to 1948. There's about 25 of them, and they include ones from Shemp Howard and Curly Howard. In the comments below, I'm really curious to see if Curly is your favorite Stooge, because from what I know, many of you do love him. There are many other fans who love Shemp, Moe, Larry, and the list continues on and on toward all of the 6 Stooges. But today we're going to be focusing on Curly and something very specific that you may never have known. It actually contributes to Curly's unique walk. If you ever noticed or watch any Stooge short, you will notice that he walks in a very particular way. We're going to get to that in just a little bit. But you may not know that his entire life, Curly Howard lived in severe pain. That is, most of his adult life, he was in pain. Now, why was this? Well, we have to go back to a time when he was 12 years old. Now, what happened to him? Well, he accidentally shot himself in a hunting accident while he was cleaning his rifle. He accidentally shot himself in the left ankle. Now, Moe was able to rush him to the hospital and actually saved his life. So good thing that he acted quickly in that moment. But unfortunately, the wound that he received resulted in a thinner leg, and he had a slight limp throughout his life. And yes, it hurt him most of his life. Now, Curly was actually afraid to have surgery. It could have actually helped his situation and his ankle. But as I mentioned, he didn't want to get the surgery. He was afraid that something would happen to him. And so he developed his famous exaggerated walk to conceal the fact that he would limp on screen. And this would be very apparent in a lot of the Stooge shorts. In some of the earlier ones, in Uncivil Warbirds, this is something you can see, but as I mentioned, in other shorts as well, where he does slightly limp, and you would just say, wow, this is really good acting. But no, it was just part of it, and he just made it his own. He really made it part of his character. He really made it part of who he was, and none of us were the wiser to what happened. As I mentioned, he passed on the surgery, and that allowed the bone in his leg and his ankle to not set properly. And this is why he had trouble with his leg. Now, the chronic pain, unfortunately, that he had for most of his life had another bad effect, and that's it caused Curly to drink, the self-medication. Now, this is something that I'm really interested in, because if you think about it, this is a skit that they used to do a lot. The Stooges used to come up to someone when they wanted to actually pass a barrier or a doorway, and they used to talk to the guard and ask if they knew Charlie. Of course, the guard would say, no, I don't know who Charlie is. And they said, well, I know Charlie. He actually walks like this. And as they were showing the guard how Charlie, quote unquote, would walk with this limp, they would walk by the doorway, or they would get into the area where they wanted to get into, and by the time where they were far enough, they just started running the other way. And it's one of the most hilarious skits that they would do. I mean, they had so many, but I mean, we could even say that this came from the limp that Curly had. It was almost like he was acting pompous, and then that's how he would walk, with that slight limp. I want to know your thoughts down below. Have you ever heard of this story before? Or have you ever noticed him limp? Did you know that was from the accident? Or did you just cater that to him just being a really good actor or being part of his character? I'd love to know your thoughts down below in the comments. Now, I've talked about Moe Howard's accident on set. I've talked about Curly's past accident when he was a child, and Larry Fine's accident when he was a child as well. Now, there's more where that came from, so stay tuned. Before I leave and finish this video, I want to let you know how to win the DVD set with those 25 Stooge shorts. It's absolutely free. You don't have to pay shipping or anything like that. Here's what you need to do. You must be a subscriber. So if you've been watching this whole time and have not subscribed, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. It's absolutely free. You must also hit the thumbs up button on this video. And then you must leave a comment down below. You can leave whatever comment you want as long as you have the code word in there, which is curly shuffle. As long as you have curly shuffle in the comment, you can put anything else you want in there. And finally, the top link in the description, not in my email, nothing like that. Please don't email me. Just the top link in the description will have an area where you can put a little bit of information about yourself so that when I pick the winner, I know how to contact you. And that's it. I'll pick the winner on the YouTube community page, and I'll ship the DVD free of charge 2 with all those Stooge shorts. Good luck to everyone. Thank you so much for participating, for supporting the channel, for being so amazing. We'll see you next time, and don't forget, be hopeful. Thank you so much to my supporters on Patreon, especially my Diamond tier patrons. New patron Gerard D, David D, Citizen Kane 359, Greg S, Kevin K, Ricky, Sally, and Vito L. Make sure to check the links in the description to see how you could be on this list as well.